Morning friends, today we are going to start with a new phase of physics, that is chapter number 0. This is the 0th chapter of physics. Actually it is not a chapter of physics, it is a chapter of mathematics. The chapter is mathematics of physics. Now, what is the usefulness of this chapter is that without this chapter, the understanding of physics remains unclear. To understand the physics completely, we need to understand its mathematics also. There are a number of topics in mathematics which you have learned in class 9th and 10th. These will be revised again, and a few more topics that will be new for you, but you will have to learn this. Now, if you are a student of mathematics or non-mathematics, this part will be essential for all. Now, in this mathematics of physics, what is the first thing that we need to learn is angle. The first thing to be learned is angle. We always have measured angles when we started learning geometry. But what exactly is the meaning of an angle? Generally, we used to do this. We used to draw two lines, both the lines intersecting at point C, and we say that this is the angle between lines AC and BC. Now, what exactly is the meaning of angle? This is just a rough idea of what angle is, but whenever there are two lines, these two lines are of equal measurement, they form a part of a circle. Okay, what do you call this? This is known as the arc. This is the center. This is the radius. Obviously, this will also be the radius. So, this is angle theta, and angle is actually defined as the ratio of arc upon radius. This is how we define angle. Angle is equals to arc upon radius. Okay, how do you write this? This measurement, let me call it as S. What does S stands for? S is the arc, theta is the angle, which is arc upon radius. So this is what an angle actually means. Now, in what way do we measure angles? In what units do we measure angle? So if you take the units of this, S, which is arc, which is the kind of length, its SI unit is what? Meters. Unit of radius, radius is also a kind of length, so its SI unit is also meters. Cancel. So basically angle should be unitless, but still we say that angles have their units. We can measure angles in radians. We sometimes measure angle in degrees. Since human beings have started to measure angles, they have been using certain systems. The first system was known as the cent system, or the centesimal system. system. Now in this system, I'll be quick to explain this system. In centesimal system, one right angle is divided into 100 equal parts. 100 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. How many lines should be drawn? 100 lines. One right angle divided into 100 parts. Each part, each small part is called a degree. Now this small part is again divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 60 equal parts. And each part is known as 1 minute. Again, this small one part is again divided into 60 different parts, and this part is known as 1 second. So, what does centesimal system says? One right angle divided into 100 parts, which are known as degrees, or you can call it grades. One grade or 1 degree again divided into 60 parts, which are known as minutes. And 1 minute again divided into 60 more parts, which are known as seconds. But this centesimal system is out of use. In modern times, centesimal system is used where? Nowhere. It is used nowhere. Other system is, this system is quite useful. The other system is the sexa system or the sexagesimal system. You have studied this system in your previous classes. Now in this system, one right angle is divided into 90 equal parts. How many? 90 equal parts. So I am drawing 90 lines, 90 divisions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. How many? 90 divisions. Each division is called a degree. 1 degree, or each degree is again divided into 60 parts, which is known as 1 minute, and each minute is again divided into 60 parts, which is known as seconds. So in sexagesimal system, one right angle divided into 90 parts, each part is a degree. Each degree divided into 60 more parts, which is minute, and each minute again divided into 60 more parts, which are known as seconds. So this is sexagesimal system. It is used. You will remember that we have used this system in class 9, 10 and previous classes. Now the other system is the radian system. What is radian? This is the authentic method of, the most authentic method of measuring the angles. It is known as the radian system. What does radian says? Radian measurement says that a right angle is actually a measure of pi by 2. Now there are no divisions in it. You can divide it at your own comfort. Now if this part is divided, this angle, which is pi by 2 radians, it is divided into 2 equal halves. Then this part will be equal to pi by 4. Again, when this is again divided into 2 parts, this will be the angle of pi by 8 radians. Clear? So you have 3 systems: centesimal system, sexagesimal system, and the system of radians. The most useful one are the sexagesimal system and the system of radians. Now, the thing is, we have 2 systems: the sexagesimal system and the radian system. Okay, how to interconvert angles from sexagesimal system to radians and radians to sexagesimal? Simple one. See, in sexagesimal system, 90 degrees is equivalent to pi by 2 radians. Or you can say 180 degree of an angle in sexagesimal system is same as pi radians in the radian system. Now, if I have an angle of x degrees, this will be equivalent to y radians. Clear? 180 is to pi, x degrees is equal to y radians. So what is to be done now? Simply cross multiplication, or you can simply do this. X degrees over y radians is equal to 180 degrees over pi radians. This formula is to be learned. This is how the formula came into existence, and this is how this is what should be kept in memory while you interconvert the angles. Let us convert some angles. Let us convert the angle pi by 4. Now this is in which system? This is in radian system. Okay, I have to convert it into sexagesimal system. I have to convert radians into degrees. Use the formula. X degrees upon y radians is equal to 180 degrees upon pi radians. So I need to find what? I need to find x. So here x degrees is equal to 180 by pi into y radians. This goes here. So x degrees is equal to 180 by pi into y. What is y? It's pi by 4. Pi cancels out, and 180 by 4 is how much? It is 45 degrees. So pi by 4 radians is equivalent to 45 degrees. Let us go for one more example. Let us now convert pi by 6. Let us convert this radians into degrees. So again, using the formula x by y. This time I will be doing it very quickly without writing all these unnecessary things. X by y is equals to what it is? It is 180 by pi. So x equals to 180 by pi into y. What is the value of y? Y equals to pi by 6. Cancels out. 180 by 6 is how much? 30. So an angle of pi by 6 in radian system is 30 degrees in sexagesimal system. Okay, there are a few more examples I have given you. You can practice them. Now let us go for one conversion from degrees to radians. What? Degrees to radians. Example number 3. I have some degrees, say 10 degrees, and I want to convert it into radians. Use the formula. X by y equals to 180 by pi. So y, this time I need to find the radians. So I will put the radians over here. Y is equals to pi over 180 into x. So what is this? Pi over 180 into what is x? What is x? 10 degrees. Easy one. Pi by 80, 18 radians. This is how we convert sexagesimal to radians, radians to sexagesimal system. You have to learn this. Every time you need to convert the angles from here to there and there to here. Okay? There's nothing inside. Leave it. I was trying to eat something chewy with some purpose. Of the next topic. The next topic is solid angle. What is this solid angle now? Solid angle is a 3D angle. What is it? It's a 3D angle. Okay. Now this requires a little explanation. See now. See very carefully. I have a circle. I take a small part of this circle. This will be angle theta. This will be RS. This will be the radius. Okay. So if I take out this part of a circle, what do I get? I get a segment, or I get an angle. Okay. So cutting a circle, what do you get? Cutting a circle, what do you get? Cutting a circle, you get an angle. Now, I have another circle. No, this is not a circle, this is a sphere. And now I am cutting one more part from this sphere. I am cutting a part of this sphere just like we cut the slices from a watermelon. Okay, but that cut has to be made in the center. Okay, I have cut this much portion, and when I remove this portion, what do I get? Cutting a circle, I get a segment. Cutting a sphere, I get a cone. What do I get? I get a cone. Just like this cone. Solid angle is this. An angle drawn on a plane. This is an angle drawn in 3D. This is a three-dimensional object. You can see this thing. What is this thing? This is a cone. And when I talk about this, what is this? This is a solid angle. What's it? Solid angle. Okay. Now, how to measure solid angle? We follow the same phenomena as we followed in the circle. This is the area. What's it? The area. This is again what? The radius. This is again what? The radius. So a solid angle is equals to area intercept upon the square of radius. That's it. That's it. Solid angle is equals to the area intercept on the sphere. That means if you cut this sphere, you get an area. Can you see this thing? This area and this radius square, and this is how you measure a solid angle. It is generally denoted by the letter omega. Area of intercept is S. Radius is R square. So this is how we calculate solid angle. What is the unit of angle? It was radians. So unit of solid angle we call it steradian. 1 unit. Another unit is square degrees. Steradians is in which unit system? Radians. This is in sexagesimal system. They are again interconvertible, but there is no need to learn these interconversions because three-dimensional objects are a bit far in our study. So these are the 2 units of solid angle. Now one more thing. Again, can you tell me what is the maximum possible angle in a circle? The maximum possible angle in a circle is this. Okay. Maximum possible arc is the circumference upon radius. This is what? This is the maximum angle possible in a circle. The entire arc, the entire circumference becomes the arc upon the radius. So what is the circumference of the circle? 2 pi r divided by r. 2 pi. We know. We start the point, roll and again come back to the same point. How much angle is covered? 2 pi, which is the maximum angle. Right? What is the maximum possible angle in case of a solid angle? Okay, omega is the solid angle. It was area upon square of radius. So what is the maximum area you can choose on a sphere? It is equal to the area of sphere, surface area of sphere. What is that? That is 4 pi r square divided by r square. So what is the maximum possible value of solid angle? It is 4 pi. Note this. Okay. The knowledge of solid angles is very much essential to understand few basic principles of physics, because whatever is there in physics, we actually limit ourselves to the study of 2 dimensions, but actually our world is 3 dimensions. So these are 2 things we have discussed now, angle and solid angle. There will be a few more things. What you need to do is just to practice. Clear? I'm again telling you, this mathematics which I have started today, you have to learn this mathematics. It should be floating in the memory. It should be always available whenever you want to recall the formulas. It should always be there floating. It should not be hidden in the part of brain so it takes time to come out. It should be floating. Alright?